What up, Mike D checking in here. I'm gonna jump right into this, man. There's a lot of debates online. People talk about what MC is better than this. We got all these lists and this and that, but we don't have any level of criteria. So what I wanted to do was set some level of criteria so we could have these discussions in a very objective way, if you will, right? And so I want to give this MC criteria now. First of all, I mean, you see from the title, we're gonna do KRS and LL Cool J, which is gonna be interesting because, in my personal opinion, no disrespect to Kane, love Kane, one of the all-time greats. But I wish we would have gotten the verses between KRS and LL, and I think that these two guys are more evenly matched than people would think on the surface. Now, they're obviously polar opposites as artists, but I do think it's a great discussion. Now, these are going to be the criteria for solo MCs. Now, if you've seen the other video I did with Outkast and Mobb Deep, you know what the criteria is for groups. And I'm going to reiterate that for each video that I do like this. But solo MCs, we still got 10 criteria, and we have an 11th one that's a tiebreaker, which is intangibles. Now, lyrical ability is a category here. Flow and cadence. Voice and delivery. Now, the difference between flow and cadence in the voice and delivery section, think voice and delivery, Tupac on Dear Mama or Ambitions as a Rider. Voice and delivery is how the voice comes across, obviously, and that delivery is how the message is delivered from either an emotional standpoint or whatever. Flow and cadence is more of a rhythmic thing. So, got lyrical ability, flow and cadence, voice and delivery, songwriting and composition. Discography, strength of discography. We got substance and lyrical content, cultural impact, stage presence and performance, commercial success, longevity, and legacy. And then we got that bonus intangible. So I wanted to start this one off with LL Cool J and the great KRS-One. Now, I know we say the group and solo stuff is different. Now, I want to be transparent here, right? We got stuff like Boogie Down Productions, we got Eric B and Rakim, and you got like let's just say The Roots, or you have Public Enemy with Chuck D. If we have one MC on the mic who's had to hold it down 3 verses, we're going to count that in that individual's catalog. We're only going to do the group things when we're talking group things and when you have to split up the bar work with another MC or other MCs. So, saying all that to say, for this conversation, the Boogie Down production and KRS-One solo stuff is both going to count for KRS-One, if that makes any sense. Let me know if you guys disagree with that. And also let me know if you think there's another criteria that I'm missing or a category that should be added to the criteria. So without further ado, let's get to it. Lyrical ability, I got that one with KRS-One. KRS-One got the lyrical ability. I don't think we're going to get too much pushback on that. Not to say that LL Cool J is not a lyricist, because he is. But KRS-One really put a point of focus on lyricism and did that from Criminal Mind all the way on. You know what I mean? So lyrical ability, KRS-One got that one. Flow and cadence. This was difficult because this could go either way. But I gave flow and cadence to LL Cool J because LL Cool J has a very versatile flow. And I mean, even if you go all the way back to I Need a Beat, where he's like, computerized to the engineer's eyes had to be very acute, education level high. You got that all the way up to like Shut 'Em Down on the Any Given Sunday soundtrack, the way he's flowing there, the way he's flowing on Doing It, the way he's flowing on Mama Said Knock You Out. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, wrecking my peers, putting suckers in fear. Like, he has a very versatile flow. He could, I mean, his catalog is so versatile because his flow is versatile. He could do what he did on Jingling Baby remix. He could do what he did on Doing It, Lounging. I mean, I gave flow and cadence to LL Cool J. Voice and delivery. Again, another difficult one that could have went both ways, because I do think LL Cool J has a underrated rap voice. But I think KRS-One has one of the greatest rap voices of all time. Very powerful voice and very powerful delivery as well. When you look at songs like, um, Sound of the Police, it was even sampled on the Takeover. It's like when you have a powerful voice and delivery like that, that's one of a kind. I think him and Busta Rhymes really have that level of projection. KRS-One got the voice and delivery for me. Songwriting and composition. Now, I think that's one of LL Cool J's biggest strengths. And the fact that LL Cool J is able to give you a doing it, is able to give you a booming system, a big old butt to, bad. I mean, he knows what people are tapped into in damn near every generation. So I'm gonna give the songwriting and composition to LL Cool J. He knows how to make a hit. He really does, and he knows how to do that in multiple eras. And he's known how to do that from the jump. I mean, him and Rick Rubin are the ones who are the face of the whole 16 bar, 8 bar hook, 16 bar verse, 8 bar hook structure that we have in hip hop. So I have to give the songwriting composition to LL Cool J. So LL Cool J has that category. Discography strength, LL Cool J. It's not a lot of people that would want to see LL Cool J in a versus type of setting, and something that spans over decades and generations that penetrated the culture each time. I mean, even if we're looking at what LL Cool J did recently with Q-Tip, man, like LL Cool J's discography is extremely strong, and I'm gonna have to give him that one. Now, KRS-One's catalog is extremely strong as well. But again, this is LL Cool J we're talking about. If there's a DJ out there, it's a hip hop DJ, and you say, yo, what MC would you want to do a DJ set for that, what I'm saying, that would keep people out there and would keep people energized? LL Cool J gives a DJ a lot to pull from. So I'm gonna give LL Cool J the strength of discography. Now I will say this, and I'm sure this is gonna be in the comment section. If we're talking about album making, I think that KRS-One has that over LL. And again, discography is everything. But I do think how powerful and notable LL Cool J singles are. And he does have a bigger endeavor in his catalog for talking about albums. He does have a Mr. Smith in his catalog for talking about albums. He has a radio in his catalog for talking about albums. A Mama Said Knock You Out in his catalog when we're talking about albums. So yeah, I'm giving that one to LL Cool J for sure. All right, substance and lyrical content. That's KRS-One. KRS-One he had a whole movement, man, a whole stop the violence movement. He's talked about damn near everything under the sun lyrically. So I'm gonna give, yeah, substance and lyrical content. That's KRS-One for sure. Cultural impact. It's LL Cool J because not many people have the level of cultural impact that LL Cool J has. KRS-One has an extreme level of cultural impact and would beat damn near everybody in this category. But again, we're talking LL Cool J, and in my personal opinion, I think LL Cool J is hip hop's first solo star. He was doing it during a time where everybody had groups and everybody was clicked up, and he went out there as the guy. I mean, people like Eric B and Rakim were opening up for him. I mean, LL Cool J was the guy. So yeah, cultural impact. It's hard to beat him in that one. And shout out to what he's doing culturally right now with Rock the Bells too. So that adds on to that cultural impact as well. Stage presence and performance. KRS-One. I think KRS-One is a top 2 hip hop performer. I think him and Kane, in my personal opinion, best 2 performers in hip hop if we're not counting MC Hammer, right? Um, I, s- I've seen both of them. And I saw KRS-One just a couple years ago. The way he's able to project, the way he's able to perform the right songs, his songs, you could tell that he made these songs with performing them in mind. So when it comes to live performance, man, it's not too many people beating KRS-One. And LL Cool J is an incredible performer himself, but this is KRS-One. So KRS-One gets that one. Commercial success, that one's LL Cool J. I don't think we're going to get any debates there, right? Longevity and legacy. Now, in the early 2000s, I probably would have told you LL Cool J. And even though LL just dropped a dope album with Q-Tip last year, I'm going to go with KRS-One on this because KRS never stopped. KRS has a discography out of this world, and his longevity and the fact that he never really stopped rhyming and was always putting music out there, always featured out there. And I would give his longevity and legacy and him being a ambassador on so many levels when it comes to hip hop, and almost like, I don't want to say underground hip hop, but yes, the essence and those things, the non-commercial things. That's the interesting thing when it comes to KRS-One and LL Cool J. I think they both carried the flag for the two dynamics of hip hop. One mainstream and one, more so underground core element type stuff. And you need them both, right? That's the balance that hip hop's able to bear. And I do think that, when hip hop is mainstream, so it doesn't go too far and get too watered down, you do need that element of, what I'm saying, the underground and the root and the core and the grassroots of hip hop right there. And I feel like KRS-One has bared that flag for, oh man, we're going on 40 years of it now. So the longevity, going KRS-One. Man, I think we tied up. That's 5-5. All right, let me go back down. All right, we got a lyrical ability. I got KRS-One. Flow and cadence. I got LL Cool J. Voice and delivery. Well, my voice just jumped out. Voice and delivery. I got KRS-One. Songwriting and composition. I got LL Cool J. Discography, strength of discography. That is, I got LL Cool J. Substance and lyrical content. I got KRS-One. Cultural impact. I got LL Cool J. Stage presence and performance, I got KRS. Commercial success, I got LL Cool J. Longevity, I got KRS-One. So that brings us to the bonus. We got to go to the bonus now. Intangibles. LL Cool J, man. I mean, it gets no more intangible than LL. I mean, he might be one of the MCs with the most intangibles. I would say him and Snoop Dogg. It's that it factor, the star power, um, what makes this individual what he is and who he is. LL Cool J is the MC that hip hop needed at the time that we got him. He elevated hip hop and gave and brought hip hop to a whole nother plateau with just his talent, his energy, his it factor, his star ability, and continued to do it over decades. So LL Cool J, I mean, on top of the fact that, he's become an actor, host, doing the Rock the Bells thing, an ambassador on that level. LL Cool J gets the intangible. So I got LL Cool J winning this one 6-5, man. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you disagree with. Am I right on this? Am I on point? I want to hear it in the comment section, and hit like and subscribe. And also let me know what other MCs that you think that, should put through this whole blender too. Because the way this works out, instead of just rating MCs individually, we'll match them up and then we'll see, how they fare against their peers and who continues to be unbeatable and, who needs to match up with who. But yeah, let me know who y'all think needs to go through this whole process next and who you would like to see in here next. And also let me know if there's a piece of criteria that you think needs to be added or that I'm missing or an element that I'm missing, man. Hit like and subscribe, man. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. All right.